Good evening, this is Christopher Aaron. It is August 15th, 2018, and it doesn't matter what you believe, it doesn't matter what you are looking at or where you are buying gold, but this is a gold and silver crash that we are seeing. Anytime that you see a chart that looks like this over the last 6 months, in which gold has lost $200 alone in 6 months, this is a crash that is underway. These things are unpredictable in nature. There's something radically shaking up the gold market. And anyone who tells you otherwise is living in some sort of different planet. You can stick with them, or you can stick with the observable data that is in front of us. That's what we like to do here. It doesn't matter whether or not we look at gold over the short run, past 3 days, and we're looking at the spot price. And of course, if you need to buy a gold ounce, for example, a gold eagle or a buffalo or a maple, you're always going to pay 40 to 50, sometimes even more than that, dollars above the spot price, which this is. That's normal. It's exactly the same as it is if you imagine having to buy a finished product, a product like a t-shirt, a cotton t-shirt. The difference between the price of that, let's say $15 or $20, versus the bulk cotton, a pound of bulk cotton, which would be much cheaper on a relative basis. So for gold, anytime you have to buy something, you are going to pay more than the spot. Same thing for silver, but we are looking at something of a crash that is happening here, especially in silver. Anytime the price falls, think about this, 6% today, one day alone, that is equal to a 2,000 point, approximately 2,000 point crash in the Dow Jones in one day. Can you imagine if we saw that? The entire world would be abuzz with this. CNN would have a special on the 8 o'clock news. The New York Times would talk about the stock market crash. But here we have a 6% crash in the price of silver in one day. Choose which planet you want to live on. If you want to live on the real planet where prices actually impact behavior, we have a crash that is happening. Premium subscribers actually learned about this when we saw the breakdown right here, highlighted right here, using this form of trend analysis. Now, the reason why you need to be careful of this sort of thing is because the other time that this is manifested, this sort of a breakdown from the same recovery attempt was from 1983 through 2001. Gold broke down from a similar pattern and then went down for 12 more years. So if you're comfortable with those prospects, you can continue to believe the stories that have led you to this point. Or if you would like to take some real action, that is why I'm here. We also look at the mining sector. If you're heavily invested in the miners, a flash update went out to subscribers saying we were expecting a new target lower in the miners, which is still yet to be met. This gets updated every week for subscribers. So if this kind of information is valuable to you and you want to live sort of where we are now, this is why I'm here. I've gone through cycles like this in the past. They are uncomfortable when you're going through a crash in the prices. What else can we call silver down $3 in 8 weeks? 15% crash in the past 6 weeks alone. We look at gold down $200 since April. That's almost a 17% crash in 4 months. Come on. If this sort of thing happened in the mainstream stock market, it would be all over the news. So, just decide who you want to be following at this time. If this is your first crash that you've gone through in the precious metals, it's not going to be your last unless you sell everything right now and walk away forever, which is also not a good strategy because that's not reasoned and that's not disciplined. And if you want to be in this for the long run, there will be another excellent buying opportunity in this sector. We just have to follow it. So there's a premium service. Now this one only costs $395 a year. This goes out every week right to your inbox. with gold, silver, and everything related to gold and silver going on. We do the best we can. We don't get 100% of things right. If you can tell me one person on the planet who does, I'd love to meet them. But we have a fairly good system here for looking at probabilities, much better than storytelling. And then if you'd like to speak one-on-one, no, I speak with individuals by consultation. I have clients who are multimillionaires, and I have clients who have the first $5,000 to their name, and they just don't want to get taken advantage of. Whether it's by buying the wrong gold or silver coin, or moving into the paper funds, or a leveraged account. You have to be really careful. There are unscrupulous salesmen out there. My business model is not aligned with that model. It just fundamentally isn't. So you can reach me on the webpage. We're going through a crash. This is a mini crash in the precious metals. There are lower prices that are going to be arriving in 2019, whether or not you want them to, or whether or not you want to believe that it's all manipulation or no manipulation. And which, by the way, I believe there's some manipulation, of course. That said, we have to exist in the world that is in front of us, as opposed to the world that we wish was in front of us. So let's do that. That's what we're here to do. Thank you for watching.